Welcome back to Life and Style Relationship Wednesday with myself, Pastor Chris J. Atemo. We are now on Ask Pastor Chris. Before the break, we were on Style My Hubby, and the women are talking about how they want their men to dress. They're talking about how they don't want them to dress. But now on Ask Pastor Chris, we brought in ladies. I've got about five ladies with me who are going to be talking about what do women want in a relationship. At some point, we did talk to the men, and the men gave us their view, but it will not be balanced if the men tell us what they think women want in a relationship, because now we've got to ask the ladies themselves. I've got five ladies, and I'm going to start right from my far left. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Grace Wachori. I'm a relationships expert coming from a background of counseling and psychology.
All right.
I work as a programs manager at Legato International.
Okay. What do you think women want in a relationship?
Women just want to be loved.
They just want to be loved?
Loved.
And we'll
How
talk
we
about
define that is different, but that's
Yeah.
what they want to be loved. Bottom line.
Okay. Right next to you.
My name is Josephine Kenya. I'm a farm tech by profession. I'm a mother of three and I'm married.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do women want? What do you think?
The most important thing women want in a relationship is commitment.
Okay.
Yes.
So we got the second word. We have love, now we have commitment, but we'll define those. Right next to me.
Hello,
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine.
Okay.
So I am Nida. I am a communication consultant. What I think ladies look for in a relationship, I would say attention, and basically somebody to just listen to them.
Okay.
That's definitely what I think most ladies are looking for.
You're talking about attention.
Yes.
All right, to my right.
Yes, my name is Rachel. What I think women want in a relationship, I think, is more of also security.
Okay.
They need to feel like they are secure with whoever they are with.
All right.
Yeah.
And to my far right.
Thank you. Hey,
Hello.
my name is Winnie Obure. I'm a feminist and a women human rights defender. And I work with young women and girls on issues of sexual reproductive health and prevention of gender-based violence. What I think women want is equality and respect.
In relationship?
Yes, because you're not going to be in a relationship where the other person
Define
does not.
equality. As,
For me-
define equality with regards to relationship.
Yeah, for me, it's very simple, like being able to have the same voice as the other partner, because I am in a relationship too, and I have a son who is 2 years old. But for me, all I wanted in that relationship is a man who will respect me and respect my opinions and support me in my journey.
Well, that's interesting because Rachel did talk about security. How do you balance between the security that she talks about and the equality that you're talking about?
Security is different. I don't know exactly what she meant, but for me, I think that, it's not muscles and being able to fight and being able to, give a physical security, but it's more of, economic security. That means it's not just the man who provides.
Well, do you think that there is any man who would refuse to have their wives or their lady chip in? If we take security from Winnie's point of view, that merging that with equality, that anybody can come in and chip in, do you think there's a man who would refuse that?
A man is built by God, to provide, to make sure that people are safe, his people are safe. And a woman is built to follow. And that's why, if I reference the Bible, it says that the man is the head of the family and the woman is the neck to support. And the Bible also talks about the woman being a helper. So if the man has a helper, if he agrees to be helped, he will be helped. If he refuses, then he can be the neck who makes the neck stiff.
So what about this aspect of equality? Because I can relate with women wanting love. I can relate with women wanting attention. I can relate with women wanting commitment and wanting security. But I still need to find a woman who is getting into a relationship because she wants equality. That's the need that I think needs to be broken down. Do women look for equality in relationships, or they just look for love?
But to say the truth, I think that equality and respect, I think there's an aspect of respect even within the whole equality factor. I bet that's what you mean. So it's more of actually respect, because you may have
It's
a
respect,
relationship, where somebody just views you as a lesser person as opposed to the full person that you really are.
You know, and then we will get down now to definitions, because when you talk about respect, the first connotation that somebody gets when you speak about equality is a competition. I speak from the men's perspective. The moment you raise the word equality, they're thinking we are fighting for position.
Yeah.
They're not hearing the word respect. They are hearing this word that, look, we are on the same level, so there is no matter of headship over there. And so it comes down to how do we define the words that we use. You did use love, Josephine, and you did use commitment. Can you define what love is for a woman when she feels she needs love? What is love for a woman?
I think love for a woman is feeling appreciated and having someone to lean on. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
You have someone
So
whom
you're
you
talking
can
about
tell your
security
problems.
again?
You can tell your no, not security as such, but someone you can tell your problems, someone who can understand you.
You don't think having somebody to lean on is a sense of security?
Someone, yeah.
Because, okay, probably because you're talking emotional security, mental
Yeah, yeah,
security,
yeah,
you're not
yeah.
tormented
Yeah, yeah.
with this person, you feel that you are safe. That's the element of security. It's not so much about muscle. It's just a matter of you feeling safe. Rachel, what do you mean when you say that ladies are looking for security? Because we seem not to even define that. We don't even agree on what security is.
Just as my friend there has said, when man and God created man, he created man and a woman. And when he created man and a woman, he said the woman should submit to be loved. So submission has to come from the woman, first of all, to counteract what she's saying, that equality cannot come in between a relationship. There's always has to be a head and a neck. So for me, security is feeling like I have a best friend,
Okay.
because it all starts with being good friends. That's where relationship starts.
Okay.
So for me, having a good friend, someone I can rely on, someone I can feel where even when he's not around, I can sense his presence. Yeah, that security is what I mean.
Okay.
You need to feel you can
You
depend on
belong.
that person in whatever situation you are in. He's your number one priority. He's your number one person to share any secret
That you
in your
have.
life. Yeah.
I've
And
not
he's
heard-
good enough to keep your secrets.
Okay, I've not heard any one of you talk about this, but talking to younger ladies, you get that sense that a lot of them talk about the issues of they want a man to provide. I've not heard any one of you talking about one of the needs of ladies being to be provided for. Does it change with age? Because most of you have grown a bit beyond 20, or is it that it's not a need?
Allow me to interject. First of all, allow me to define what love is
Okay.
for me. For me, love is all accepting. For me, love is having a clean slate and accepting this person how they are, with their darkest side and with their lightest side. Just encompassing and embracing this person completely.
Is that possible?
It is.
All right.
But you'll never know if it's possible if you're never exposed to it.
Okay.
So half the time women today are hiding behind who they really are. So men are falling in love with fake women because they're presenting personalities that they're really not. Until they're in the home, that's when they change and the man is wondering what's up with you. But women who really are secure in themselves will really show who they are for this man to accept them as they are. Now, when you're all accepting, when you're all encompassing, this person will always run to you as a man to ask for advice, to ask for comments, because they feel they trust you. Why? Because as a man, you gave this woman love. And in retrospect, as a consequence, she gave you respect.
Okay.
And therefore, the man feels empowered and the cycle continues. But if you break one of those two, it goes downhill. Now, you asked about provision.
Yeah.
As women grow older, they are figuring out who they are and they're understanding what they want. And they come to realize that imagine a man can provide for you everything in the world, but they're never there. And they never love you. So,
the
it's
whole
not really,
perspective changes.
the perspective changes because what you want in a relationship morphs as your needs morph as you grow older as a woman and as a parent and as a career woman. All this changes with time.
All right, Nida, is it different for when ladies are younger? Is it different because at the stage, for example, where Grace is, you know, probably you making your own money. So you realize you really don't have to depend on this person, or even if you are not, you have grown to the place where she says, you know, the man can be providing everything, but he's not there. But when ladies are younger, is finance a huge issue for them?
Well, actually, I was about to comment on what she said. I feel like the times are really changing. I remember asking my father one day, you know, obviously all relationships start from somewhere. You all start from courtship. So even within courtship, like, it has really changed drastically from the way it used to be back in, say, as early as the 90s, or not really early, well,
As late as
as
the 90s.
late as the 90s, yeah?
Right.
So you'd find, for example, a man in the 90s would be quite uncomfortable asking a lady to settle the bill, like, you know, let's go Dutch on this bill. But these days, it feels, or it seems that men are more relaxed with the ladies also, you know, chipping in. Guys right now still know that we want for them to provide. However, there's that feeling of, you know what, you guys said you're equal to us, so, you know.
And that's the confusion,
chip in.
because, you know, I do mentorship for men, and I've done that for quite a while. And that's the issue, because I keep on getting women who will either write me or call, email, or do something, and they say, can you have these sessions with our men? And the reason is that these men are no longer aggressive. They're no longer out there, they're no longer leading. But you see, there's the two kind of signals that are sent out by ladies. One is that we are equal. Then the other one is be the man. So the men do not know which signal to respond to. Do you think, Winnie, that you and whatever you're doing has also helped create a problem for the men, and so women are not getting the men they want?
I hear you, but first I want to say that equality does not mean being a man. I'll never be a man. Even if I wanted to have beards, I'll never have them. So then there are gender roles and there are sex roles. You know, a man will never give birth, even if they went to heaven and came back, you know, in a fortnight. So for me, I think we're just taking this too far. The truth is, in relationship, there is a power issue. And that's all of it. Because then
By
a lady
power
wants to
issue,
feel
go
like
ahead.
she is in a relationship where she is respected, where she have the same rights as the man. And I don't think being submissive means being subordinate, no. You know, and so for me, I feel like the reason why we have all these inequalities is because a man wants to provide and feel like he's a man and stamp his authority. That's how we keep on experiencing even patriarchy in our own small scale levels. So for me, it will be very
I would
clear.
love to know what you define as patriarchy.
For me, it's being male, is for men dominating all the spheres, you know? And it's very simple. I agree with women who feel like when you're in a relationship, you're equal with your man. Not in the sense of genitalia or anything.
But I think that, you know, what these other ladies are bringing out is that if you really are in a relationship with a man who loves you, I do not think that he will put you down.
Yeah.
And I don't think you've got to fight for that space.
And it gets back to what's our definition of love, because in so many other communities, including where I work right now, a man feels like even beating you is very good because it shows you love. Okay, so we all come from different communities and our definition of love is different, but I don't agree with people who feel like love is,
I don't
you know,
think
being,
beating has love. I think that's extreme.
but that's you, right?
No.
Not all the men who think that way.
No, I don't think that is, I don't think we could put that in the definition of love. So I think the moment that we are talking about, you know, this man loves, he can't beat. That's scripture. It says that when a man loves his wife, he loves himself. So he will treat his wife like he treats himself. And if somebody will beat their spouse, they really don't love themselves. So I think we've got to separate that. You've got to separate, you've got to go back into how people meet, you've got to go back into what is the expectation of the man, what is the culture of those people. Not everybody gets married for love. Some of them, people just come in because there was a particular need that the woman was going to meet. So I don't want us to mix up that. I think I've got to
And
bring
that's the
that.
discussion at this level. We're forgetting that we have women who get beaten every day and their husbands claim that that's a punishment. That's a way of showing love.
I'm going to
and
move on with that because we want to keep it at the gender equality and stuff. But I want to know, when you talk about appreciation, when you talk about women want appreciation, what do you expect out of that?
Appreciation. Well, mostly I had earlier mentioned attention,
Yeah.
but well, I guess appreciation is also part of it. It's a part of attention. It feeds into it. Somebody wants to feel that they are noticed. Somebody wants to feel that they are respected. And I think that's now where the appreciation aspect comes in, I guess.
What happens when a man forgets your birthday and or forgot an important day and then did not bring in a gift or something, but he pays the bills? Would you still feel appreciated?
I don't think it won't change the fact that I would feel appreciated, but it would hurt me.
How long have you been married?
I've been married for 14 years.
14 years?
Yes.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
Does
So
he still have to buy gifts on your
There's
birthday?
a time he did that. It was on my birthday, and he actually forgot that it was my birthday. He kept quiet. I kept looking at my phone. Is he not calling? Is he not calling? Finally, it was around 5. I decided to go out myself, go treat myself. Then he calls me later. Where are you? I was so mad. I could not even talk. I asked him, why are you asking me where I am? When is today? Then he remembers.
You see where ladies get it wrong? You were ready for a fight. The man has absolutely no clue what is happening.
So you got to understand them at some point. Actually, they don't do it intentionally, men. They just have so much in their plates, maybe.
Did you hear that, ladies? We don't do it intentionally.
All of us digest love in different ways, right? Personally, I am a sucker for love when spending time with each other, and complete sucker to spend time with each other. But I'm dating a guy who is not a sucker for time. So I have to come back and understand, how do I process his love? And how does he process love? Because if he's not here for me physically, I feel like you don't love me. But for him, he's a person who considers giving acts of service as love. And we actually went ahead and did that test for love languages, and we figured out that our love languages are flipped. So I'm on one extreme, and he's on the other extreme. So once you get to understand that,
How do you manage that? How do you manage
exactly. We get to put yourself in the shoes and kind of step back a little bit and see this is how he processes love. Just because he doesn't tell me I love you every day, but he made sure the garbage was out. He made sure that the pipes are done, that were leaking. I didn't have to say. Then that's how he understands. And she's saying, let's understand our men. They're not always intentionally trying to hurt us. No, they're very different beings from us. And when you come to understand
somebody,
that.
you know, and he said it, there's somebody who was speaking somewhere, and he said, when it's your wife's birthday, don't buy a gas cooker, buy them a gift. You know, and I do understand what he was saying is that let it be something personal. But don't you think, talking about what you're talking about, like the acts of service, somebody else will think that if they buy a cooker, they're making your work easier, like it's a gift.
But you see, it goes back to understanding again a woman, yeah? We are very emotional beings. We want to feel that it was personal, that it was about me and me and me only. So on those special days, try and make this woman feel me and me only, because when you make her feel me and me only, she'll make sure that you have a very good life.
All right.
Yeah.
Please talk about public display of affection. Is that very important for ladies?
I mean, I think it is. It makes you
For
feel
Josephine,
secure.
it's not. How long have you been married, Josephine?
12 years.
12 years. Yeah, that's why it doesn't bother you. But for me, yeah.
Well, okay, my reason, again, it goes back to security, the emotional security part. Because you feel like if this person is confident enough to show signs of affection for me in public, it means it's kind of like non-verbal communication. You're telling people, by the way, this is my sphere of interest. Like, nobody else can claim my sphere of interest, you know? It's a conquest. So I feel like for ladies, okay, personally, because I believe also everybody's different, but for me, I think I'm cool with it. Of course, there are degrees to which it's like, okay,
right.
this
Winnie,
is
you're
unacceptable.
dating, personal display of affection. Is that a need?
I think it is a need, but not to, you know, everybody, not to every woman, because relationships, like I said earlier, are very different, depending on where you are started and the direction you're trying to take. But for me, I find, lovey-lovey in the air to be a little bit fake, because then you're trying to show, is this some kind of a show out there that this is us, and you're posting even on social media and everything. But the truth is there's fire inside the house. So sometimes it's the opposite.
You don't think it's important, Rachel, you don't think it's important for a lady, part of her feeling secure is to know that this man will outrightly display the fact that he's in love with her?
As for me, I don't think it's wrong to display the love openly, though it depends with how you're doing it and where you're doing it. And personally, I prefer showing that affection in front of my kids, because when they see parents united in love, they feel secure. So when they see mom comes, dad comes, you hug, how was your day, they feel that security and they feel very much affirmed that we are together. I don't have to display it out there in the public, but so long as my home is
At peace.
compact, I'm good to go.
Okay.
I agree.
But also, not all relationships are roses all the time.
Yeah.
People fight, right? So
lot.
just because people are holding hands doesn't mean that there's not some that's amiss.
Okay.
It just shows a commitment to wanting to make that relationship work beyond the prompts that they're having. And we all know touch is very important in relationship. Not bedroom stuff, but just touch. Touch is very important as a
It brings
communication.
affirmation.
Exactly.
All right, there you have it. We've come to the conclusion of Ask Pastor Chris today and the Relationship Wednesday on Life and Style. You could continue with this conversation on Twitter. The hashtag is KTN Life and Style. Remember, if you want to be part of the panel of Ask Pastor Chris, write us on 0700574747 on WhatsApp. You could inbox us on our Facebook page, KTN Life and Style. Follow us on our social media platforms, both Instagram and Twitter, at KTN Life_Style. Follow me too at CJ Atemo on Twitter, Chris Atemo on Instagram, and Chris J. Atemo on Facebook. Keep that conversation going. We want to know, do you think that women need security, as Rini said? Do they need, it's Rachel who said security. Do they need equality, as Rini said? Do they need love? And what is that definition of love? We want to hear what you think that women need in a relationship. Tomorrow is Inspiration Thursday. Keep it Life and Style. Keep it KTN. Have a lovely day. God bless you.